Si j'ai...
Yo, it's the RedBlue podcast crew. Reviewing flicks, both old and new. Red and blue, not political. Nah, man, chill. It was Marvel versus DC till we lost that thrill. Don't stress the episode, don't ask the season. We double up franchises, don't ask for a reason. Mochi's got rules that nobody gets. His takes on movies, they're wild as it gets. He's got Super Bowl Mac and Gray by his side. Trying to keep it sane while they're in for the ride. Both these measures are out of control, but in the end he's got the final role. Yeah, that blue podcast, come check the scene. Movies old and new, know what I mean?
And we are live talking about movies once again. This time around, it's somewhat special. We talk about Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, the end of his era with his last two movies. How are you, Matt?
I'm fine and happy to be here to talk about the cinema and talk about James Bond. Pierce Brosnan was my James Bond when I was younger, so I see this movie many times before. And maybe the last one is the first time I see this movie about 10 years because the last one is not good, so I not see this movie so much. But yeah, I'm happy to be here to talk about this franchise and about what's the with you, Multi, and you, Multi. How you doing?
I've done better in the past, but here we are talking about a very fun movie that I think is underrated and a terrible, awful movie that I think most people agree to say is the worst James Bond that there is. With that being said, we have a special new segment. Let's get into it. We will cover the plot of The World Is Not Enough. The one James Bond I think is very underrated. Let's get into it. So here we are. This is a screen share, and what do you see on the right? Who is the director and all of the names listed on the right? Do you see it properly, Matt?
Yeah, I see properly, and I have my own page on my right screen, so I see double information.
Perfect. Well, could you start off by sharing who is the cast, the stars in this current James Bond movie we will be covering first?
Okay, of course. The main actor is Pierce Brosnan. Is This movie is the one or two last movie I've done. He have done four movies. This one is the third. He played James Bond again. The main female actress is played by the French actress Sophie Marceau. She played Electra King. She's the main plot of the story we talked about early. You have Robert Carlyle. He played the main bad guys of the movie. He played the Victor Renard Zoka, former KGB agent. We talked earlier. English actor I like. He's very good in some movie I see. We have the model and actress Denise Richard. She was pretty famous back then. She had done many big movie because she was a very beautiful actress, and everyone want this actress in this movie. She played Dr. Christma Jones. She helped James Bond at some point in the story to stop the bad guy. I like this character. I like the actress. You have I don't talk about each actor, but I will say two more. Ruby Coltrane is again in the franchise. He has a small role in the first movie with the Pierce Brosnan. He's playing a Russian guy named Valentine. He's a Russian mafia boss. He again here for a bigger role. He helped James Bond in the plot to stop the bad guy. And of course, you have Judi Dench again. She played M, the boss of James Bond. And you have many other actors, but I think I talk about all the actors of the cast. Of course, the director is Michael Apted. English director. I don't know him much, but this one of the biggest movie I've done in his career. He's pretty famous for action movie. He have done one opus of Chronicle of Narnia. Not a director I like. He done a job okay for this movie. Like I see off stream, each new statement for Pierce Brosnan James Bond are less good at the first and the first one. This one, yeah, have some quality. We talk early, but yeah. So the director and actor, you want to say other thing, Multi?
Well, I will take over just a little bit by mentioning something worth mentioning. The budget was 135 million and it brought 361 million. So, if we really look into numbers, that was a successful movie. It
Yeah.
brought back money, which is great. We need more of that. And now let's get into the plot. In Bilbao, MI6 agent James Bond meets Swiss banker Lachaise to retrieve money for Sir Robert King, a British oil tycoon and friend of M. Bond interrogates the banker to identify the assassin of an MI6 agent, but Lachaise is deleted before revealing this information. A Bond is forced to escape with the money. Money. At MI6 headquarters in London, the money is revealed to be laced with explosive that delete King to remain YouTube friendly. Bond chases the assassin by boat on the Thames to the Millennium Dome, where she attempts to escape via hot air balloon. Bond offers her protection. She refuses, fearing he would not be able to protect her, and blows up the balloon at the cost of her life. Now, before we keep going, I must share something. Um, Everyone knows about GoldenEye, James Bond, the video game, and not as many people know about the game after GoldenEye being The World Is Not Enough. There was a video game.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it, yeah, on PS1, I think, PS2.
I played it on N64. It's a classic. That was the game of my childhood. And I have another very odd take. I liked it more than GoldenEye.
Man, that don't make sense, but continue.
And I will also say that like I always remember the first two level being like the bank that was really painful to get through, and when they attacked the MI6 HQ, that was quite challenging. I always remember these levels in the game. Anyhow, um, let's keep going. Bond traces the recovered money to Renard, a KGB agent turned terrorist. Following an earlier attempt on his life by MI6, Renard was left with a bullet embedded in his brain, which makes him immune to pain, but will eventually end his life. M assigned Bond to protect King's daughter Electra, whom Renard had previously abducted and held for ransom. Bond flies to Azerbaijan, where Electra oversees the construction of an oil pipeline. Also remember that level in the video game. That was quite a hard level. During a tour of the pipeline proposed route in the mountain, Bond and Electra are attacked by its squad in snowmobiles, and we get that classic Bond sequence with the snow. We always need that one, do we?
So many James Bond movie have this kind of scene. I don't see all the James Bond movie, but I know that something James Bond done and so many time in past in the franchise. This is a very cinematographic scene with the mountain, snow, and chase scene. That worked great in the movie.
And I will say, like, I've seen all of the Bond movies except the last one with Daniel Craig, and I'd say 90% of the James Bond movie has at least a snow scene. It's the trope. It's very interesting. It's like the final girl in slashers movies. Bond visits Valentine Zuskovi at a casino to acquire information about Elektra's attacker. There, Bond grows suspicious as Elektra immediately loses 1 million on a game of iCard draw. I wish I had that money, really. And discover that her head of security, Sasha Davidov, is secretly in league with Renard. Bond and Davidov and boards a plane. Bond for a ex-Soviet ICBM base in Kazakhstan. And I will also say that we got so many planes seen over the years. No wonder is Mission Impossible copycat that aspect to the James Bond franchise. Posing as a Russian scientist, Bond meets American nuclear physicist Dr. Christmas Jones, cooperating with Russian armed force in overseeing and dismantling of the site. Renard removed the GPS locator card and weapons-grade plutonium core from the nuclear warhead before Bond can end him. John exposes his cover. Renard steals the bomb and flees, leaving everyone to die. Bond and Johns escape the exploding silo with the locator card. And I feel like Bond and Jones, they really tried to do some rap there. It rhymes, you know, Bond, Jones. It has that flair. I feel like it has the flair. In Azerbaijan, Bond warned him that Elektra may not be as innocent as she appears and may have succumbed to Stockholm Syndrome under Renard's capture. Did you expect the Elektra betrayal the first time you had seen it?
When I see the first time, but I don't remember correctly the first time I see the movie, but I remember that when I see the character, I feel something was off about her. She was innocent character for James Bond, and and also she control a company, and she has uh, um, some mystery when she talk about this father and this project. So I feel the betrayal was not surprise for me.
Interesting. I will kind of say something very similar to you. I also don't quite remember the first time watching that movie, but I remember seeing that movie a lot because that always remained one of my favorite James Bond. That's why I think it's underrated. And the second time I had seen it, I was much older than the first time, and I was actually a bit surprised. I didn't expect her to turn out to be that treacherous individual she ends up being at the end. He ends her the locator card as proof of the theft. The An alarm sound revealing that the stolen bomb is attached to a pipeline inspection pig heading toward the old terminal. Bond and Jones enter the pipeline to deactivate the bomb, and Jones discovers that half of the plutonium is missing. They jump clear of the rig, and a section of pipe is destroyed. Bond and Jones are presumed ended. Back at the command center, Elektra reveals that she ended her father as revenge. Big plot twist for people that don't remember or have fish memory like me. For using her as bait for Renard, she adopted him, whom she resents for having advised her father not to pay the ransom money. Bond accosts Zuskovi at his caviar factory in the Caspian Sea, and they are attacked by Elektra helicopter. Zukovotsky reveals his arrangement with Elektra was to accept a payoff via bets in the casino in exchange for the use of an old nuclear Soviet-era submarine captained by Zuvotskovi nephew in the Black Sea Fleet. The group goes to Istanbul, where Jones realizes that if Renard were to insert the stolen plutonium into the submarine nuclear reactor, the resulting meltdown would destroy Istanbul, sabotaging the main alternative oil pipeline. That's so hard to just change these words for someone that's not born speaking that language. Passing through the locator card at the maiden tower before Zukotskovi henchman Bull blows up the command center. Zukotskovi is knocked unconscious, and Bond and Jones are captured by Elektra henchmen. Jones is taken aboard the submarine, which was seized by Renard's men. Bond is taken to the tower, where Elektra tortures him with garrote and reveals that she cut off part of her ear to make her kidnapping look more believable. Zukotsky and his men seize the tower, but Zukotsky is shot by Elektra. Before dying, Zukotskovi uses his cane gun to free Bond, which was kind of cool. It's like the big sacrifice and the big save. Who frees him and deletes Elektra. Bond dives after the submarine boards and it frees Jones. The submarine hull ruptures as it sinks into the Bosphorus. Bond fights Renard and impales him with a by firing the plutonium rod into his chest. That's one of the most creative ending of a character, like using a freaking firing plutonium rod. It's kind of unique. I don't remember any other James Bond movie doing that. That's
Like I
just
say,
amazing.
I don't watch all the James Bond movie. I want to do that someday. But I recall for all Pierce Brosnan movie and Daniel Craig and the other I see. I don't recall some creativity for kill bad guys. You have creativity on other movie, but this one is a pretty unique way to kill a bad guy.
Yeah. Bond and Jones escape from the submarine, leaving the flooded reactor to detonate underwater. Later, they celebrate the new year and have bedroom fun in Istanbul while being monitored by MI6 satellite. I always remember that. I don't know. Maybe I was too young when I seen that scene the first time. I don't know. M is appalled at Bond's conduct with Christmas, but R, the successor to Q, which is kind of hilarious. Bond's quartermaster dismisses their bedroom fun activity as a glitch on the satellite screen. And that's for the plot. Interesting new segment, is it? Let's get into the review. What did you think of The World Is Not Enough?
I like it. It's not a phenomenal movie. It's not a perfect movie. Uh, when I told you off screen that each new statement for Bruce Borsman James Bond is less good as the predecessor. This one can be the second one. You can debate. This one is better than the second one with the bad guy who use media to control information and be rich about that. Each movie have some quality, not the same. And this one is very good as action. You have so many good sequence action in this movie. I think my favorite one, one of my favorite one is the introduction with the boat. James Bond steal a boat and chase some spy and the Thames. And the scene is very great with many explosion, many gunfight. The choreography is perfect for the scene. Maybe a little too long. The scene is kind of long for an introduction. Other than that, I like this introduction. A little detail, but little thing, but this movie is the first movie Q. This movie Q decide to let the actor leave the franchise. He's intro the movie and he give this place to Air, and Air is in the next movie after that. The actor was the main cue for all the James Bond movie. But not all, but for so many years, he has done so many James Bond movie. So that's something interesting to say. And I like all the story of the movie. Is not logical for many points of the story, but I like the way James Bond go to many countries to solve the evil plan of the bad guys, and the twist that the bad guys is not alone, because all the movie all the stories say that Renard is the bad guy trying to do vengeance, and in the middle of the movie you discover that the main actress played by Sophie Morceau play Electra King. She's worked with the bad guys for control of the oil, and be powerful, and change the court of the story, the history of the Europe. So interesting twist. And you talk about trope, when you talk about the story. Sophie Marceau is a trope. She started a old trope, because in the old James Bond movie you have many Bond girl played by French actress, but for many years that was not the case, and it is the trope is back again with Sophie Marceau, and after that with all the Daniel Craig movie, each movie has a Bond girl played by a French actress. That's a trope of the franchise of James Bond. And I feel all the casts are great. Pierce Brosnan is good at James Bond, and Sophie Marceau too. I feel Denise Richard are not enough to do in the movie. And the first scene was she introduced is not realistic for me. She looked like a Tomb Raider character, Lara Croft. She's supposed to be a scientific about nuclear thing, and she has like tight top and tight short. I was like that, not a realistic way, but I allow because it's a James Bond movie, and the movie tried to do something with the female character that not something is done many time in the past in the franchise. So you have a bad guys played by Sophie Marceau, and you have a good Bond girl played by Denise Richard. I like that. And I was happy to see again Robbie Coltrane as Valentine. He have a small role in the Goldfinger, and he is back for a bigger role. And that British actor I love, because he is Hagrid in the Harry Potter franchise. And I feel for me this actor has so charisma, and it's was funny to see in the movie again. Like I said, all the movie work for the action. We talk about the skiing scene on the mountain, good sequence with good cinematography. We had some fight with I don't know how to describe that in English, but some skidoo with parachute flying on the mountain, and James Bond destroy them. That's
That's a
the
skidoo. I think it's the same word. Or motorbike, or snowmobile, or snow bike, snow bike.
snow bike with
I think it's snow bike actually.
snow
I
bike
think
with
it's snow bike. Yeah.
I think we're right. It's Stone Bike with the parachute, and James destroyed many of them to save Electra King. Interesting seconds. Like and the final fight in the submarine. Like you say, pretty creative way to kill a bad guy. Maybe too much at some point, because James Bond's supposed to be a realistic action movie with some gadget, of course. But the way the sequence is made, and the way he kill in the end is little cartoonish for me. But I allow it because that work. That was satisfying, and I like the fact that the bad guy is Renard, played by Robert Carlyle,
He,
is not deep evil. He just he
he
just
wants revenge.
he wants revenge, and he fell in love with he fell in love about the Electra kind, and in the end he repeat many times in the movie he's already dead. He just continue for the love. I like this idea. He's continue to live to for the love. I like this way of thinking. And in the end, he's not a bad guy. Like I say, I like the actor. He's a good British actor. So yeah, all the movie work, like I said, for their action. I feel it may be the second one, maybe the third one best for Pierce Brosnan. You can have debate about that because the British one has some good action sequence, some good story in it. So yeah, difficult to debate that, but I feel this one, yeah, like you say, maybe a little underrated, but it's not a great movie too. This movie has so issue with the story, with the way all is executed, and you can feel that the director don't know how to do other thing that action, and you don't know how to develop some element of the story. Just continue to push. So yeah, but it's a good entertainment in the end. And I was happy to see this movie again. I see the movie many times when I was younger, and each time I see this movie, I like so much the introduction with the boat. One of my favorite introduction of a James Bond movie. Yeah, I'm happy to see this movie, but I'm realistic. This movie is way not perfect. It was not great, but the next one is so bad that you can see the difference and a bad James Bond and a good James Bond. And this one is the middle of that. So yeah, and you, Muti, how are you thinking about the movie?
Thank you for sharing. Well, I said it. It is underrated. I like that James Bond movie every time I've seen it. And when I hear about people not liking it or not taking it's great, I disagree. I disagree so much. And this is why talking about movies is so fun. We all have our opinion. So let's get into it. My first issue with The World Is Not Enough is a trope with the James Bond movie, and usually it's a recurring issue with most James Bond movie when I have issues. Aiming was bad in the tunnels. That was like when they were escaping with the silo. And by the way, before I forget about that, I thought some of the one-liners were great. Like when Q was saying after he had seen Bond destroying the boat, he was like, "My retirement is gone." It's like the kind of line I like. And
That was funny.
yeah. Now the second issue I had with The World Is Not Enough. Bad aiming with the chopper sequence, nighttime. I think that was by the rig at some point. And again, that's some kind of trope with James Bond. I feel like most James Bond where I have issues is the same thing. It's the same thing. And if it's not the aiming, sometimes it's the bad guy. But I feel like the bad guy in Renard was really fun. And Elektra as that supporting villain was kind of fun. And Joan is like eye candy. She is pretty and she suits up like Tomb Raider, like you said, Tomb Raider. Um, so yeah, these were my issues. Aiming was bad, really bad, twice actually. Now I must say the opening sequence was really cool. I liked it. I got hooked, and I was like, nostalgia is talking. I like it. I remember this scene. I think that was the part I remembered the most about that movie, and the submarine sequence as well with the Pike impaling Renard. I also remember that. The HQ blowing up was really cool. The boat sequence was very fun. Doctor clearing James Bond was cool, despite like not being really well. It was kind of interesting. I liked it. It's very much like James Bond. Like you're not supposed to be on the field, but yet you're on the field. And they play it in the Daniel Craig era as well. The meeting about the mission was great. Elektra was very entertaining. The ski scene was great. The glasses telling James Bond who carries weapon were cool. I don't remember seeing that kind of glasses as gadget in previous James Bond. I think it's very cool. It's nice. It's like X-ray but for guns, and I enjoyed it. Cool concept. Very simple, very straight line, and very fun. Elektra and James Bond bonding was kind of cool, and it makes the betrayal even harder at the end. The first scene with Renard was great. The action was fun. The first encounter with Renard showed how in control the villain was, and it was fun. I think that first big encounter, the first big fight, told you that guy knows how to put down James Bond. That guy is a worthy opponent, a worthy foe. And I don't remember talking that way about villains in a James Bond franchise up to that point. I won't
But
say they were bad. I'm just saying that that guy is about control.
but the bad guy from Golden Finger, 006, played by Sean Bean. He was a great opponent to James Bond too. He has the same skill, but with more evil side in it. Uh,
It was cool, but I don't feel like he had the same kind of control as Renard. Renard knew exactly where James Bond would go and what he would do, and that was kind of nice for a movie
oh,
to have a bad guy like that. But GoldenEye, you're right. GoldenEye had a very cool bad guy with 006, but I don't feel like he was as much in control as Renard. They didn't have some kind of vibe to them, and that's fine. We need different villains, do we? The next stop would be cool music. James Bond realizing Elektra was playing him was really cool. Him slapping Elektra after the betrayal made sense. Cool action with fun music. Cool one liner with Q not liking Bond destroying cars. It's like another trope. It's not a James Bond movie if James Bond doesn't crash a car somewhere or he doesn't break a car. It's just not a true Bond movie in the true fashion. Uh, the ally freeing James Bond was great. His sacrifice was not in vain. It was very cool. The action sequence with the submarine was entertaining. The final fight was cool. Nice foreshadowing of Renard knowing too much by pressing Bond's shoulder like he knew Bond was injured. And that was a big hint at look, Elektra is actually a bad girl. With that being said, the world is not enough. I liked it. That's a very odd take, but it's a top tier for me. It's a very, very fun Bond experience. I am glad I've rewatched it recently, and I highly recommend. If you have not seen, go watch it. Don't listen to the haters. Do you have any closing thoughts on The World Is Not Enough?
I don't feel this movie was hate by a fan, but it was not loved too. Like I say, the movie is not perfect, and when you see Golden Night and you see this one, you can see the difference of quality of the movie. Is more clear for the next one, but you can see the slow drop of the franchise before the restart with the Daniel Craig era. But yeah, like too. I'm just saying your opinion because I like this movie too. I feel it's a good entertainment, and no more. It's just a good entertainment, and yeah, I feel you need to see this movie if you're fan of James Bond.
Amazing. What would be your grade out of 10 for The World Is Not Enough?
I will say like it's hard to give a rank for this movie. Basically, this movie is between good and okay kind of type of movie. I would say like a 6.5 of 10 for this movie. The entertainment is good. The Prisman is again great in the role of James Bond, and the rest of the cast is work perfectly. Sophie Marceau, Robert Curly Line, and maybe Denise Richard need more. But in the end, she was working for the purpose of the movie. So yeah, in the end, I would give like a 6.5. Maybe this movie deserves less, like 5.5. But I don't feel it's a bad movie. It's just uh, okay, good entertainment.
Amazing. My grade for The World Is Not Enough. I will sound crazy. It's my formula. It's my trope. 9.5. I adore that thing. And I see your face. I like it. That's funny. It's a great James Bond movie. What can I say?
I understand great, but 9.5 is close to a masterpiece. This
Yeah,
movie is not a masterpiece, man.
it's close, but it's not. For
No,
me,
it's
a
not
masterpiece
close.
is
Is
it.
is no close, man. That don't make sense. When you, man, I don't have energy today to talk to debate with you. But if you want to people take you seriously about cinema, stop doing that, man. That doesn't make sense.
At least I will reassure people that the next one is a train wreck. So let's get into the train wreck that Die Another Day is. So we will. I actually see the time running out. But hopefully we will have enough time. So let's screen share. Do you have the
Yeah,
cast? Okay, so go through the cast. Who are the main stars of Die Another Day?
of course. Again, you have Chris Brosnan. This is the last statement he have done as James Bond. Unfortunately, is not a great way to exit the role. Uh,
True, I agree. It's a disaster.
the movie is not good. Is bad for so many element. But in the end, it's an entertainment. It's work entertainment, but this is a bad movie. And first of all, the director is Lee Tamaori. Not, again, another not big director. He had done many action movie, but he did not have talent. He had done one of the statement of XXX franchise with Vin Diesel, and he have done the next a movie I like with Nicolas Cage, but it's not a good action movie. Other than that, he's not a big director of photography. But for the cast, again, you have so many good actor and actress in it. The main Bond girl is Hailey Berry, actress I love very much. She plays so many big role. I like she was in Storm in the X-Men franchise. She was in many action movie back then. Recently she was in the third statement of John Wick. She is an actress can do action sequence that work great, and too she is a beautiful actress. She's so beautiful. As today she aged well. She played this NSA agent Jinx. You have a main villain. You have Toby Stephen play Gustav Grave. He play this British entrepreneur. Want to I don't want to spoil the plot, but he want like control the world. I will say something basic like that. Uh, we have Rosamund Pike, another famous British actress. She play Miranda Frost. She's an undercover MI6 agent. She have some interesting scene with James Bond and with the main villain of the movie. You have a little cameo of Madonna. Back then, Madonna she was in many movie. She tried to be an actress at some point in this career. She had done many movie back then. Not all this movie was not big. Maybe she was in one interesting movie. This movie with Gina Davis when she played in the baseball team, woman baseball team with the Tom Hanks. Good movie. You need to see that if you never see that. Other than that, Madonna never worked as actress. I would say she tried so many times, and this movie she has little cameo only because she's one to do the sing song for the song for the introduction of the movie. That's why she is in the movie. Other than that, the rest of the cast is not interesting to talk. You have Judy Dench again as M. You have John Cleese. He is a new Q. He was Air in the last movie. Now he's a new Q for this only movie. Because after that he not come back for the Daniel area. And all the cast I feel is not the new cast is not bigger than the previous one, but Eddie Berry, she's so phenomenal as actress in this movie. She was good. Maybe the best element of the movie it was her. So that was for the casting. And we talk about the money when the previous movie. The budget was 142 million. That was irregular budget for that kind of movie. And yeah, and the box office was 432 million. So that was a success. not a big success, but not a success back then. But the critic was so bad about this movie that that not helped the future of the franchise, and that's why the new era with Daniel Craig was so different. The franchise need to do a new image for the franchise. That was the case with Casino Royale. 40 year after that, that's what 4 year after this one, he tried a new thing, and that was pretty great for me, for the most of the all movie with Daniel Craig. But this one was that's sad because I don't know if you know that, but this movie was supposed to celebrate the 40 anniversary of the franchise. So in this movie, you have so many references of the franchise for many scene, many elements, and you have a little reference that
The laser straight from Doctor No.
I know, but what I want to say that I don't know if you know that, but the name of James Bond is from a famous ornithologist that Liam Fleming know because he's a ornithologist too. And when he searched for a name for this character, took this name from the book he have, and then the movie in this movie at some point in the second in Cuba, James Bond. Uh, Take a book of bird about bird, and he say to the character of Jinx that he is an ornithologist to be undercover. That was a claim reference to the real James Bond in the real life. The first time in any James Bond movie that you have this reference to the original person give the name to the character. I like this little reference for the movie. So yeah, and I will let you continue. I think.
Perfect. Well, thank you for sharing this, and I will admit that despite the critics saying really harsh thing for a valid reason, it's actually more successful than The World Is Not Enough. Unfortunately, that's the most fascinating part. That movie is aided by most people, and it did better. So it's just fascinating. Let's get into the plot. MI6 agent James Bond infiltrates a North Korean military base where Colonel Tan Sun Moon is trading weapons for African conflict diamond. After Moon, right-hand man Zhao receive notification of Bond real identity, Moon attempts to delete Bond, and a overcraft chase ensues, ending with Moon's craft tumbling over the waterfall. Bond is captured by North Korean soldier and is imprisoned by Colonel Father General Moon. After 14 months of captivity and torture at the hands of Korean People Army, Bond is traded for Zao in a prisoner exchange across the bridge of no return. He is sedated and taken to meet M, who inform him that his status as a 00 agent has been suspended under suspicion of having leaked information under duress to the Korean people. Bond is convinced that he has been set up by a double agent in the British government. After escaping MI6 custody, he finds himself in Hong Kong, where he learns from Cheng, a Chinese agent and old colleague, that Zhao is in Cuba. In Havana, Bond meets with NSA agent getting to Jinx Johnson, I massacred the name, and follows her to a gene therapy clinic where patients can have their appearance altered through DNA restructuring. Jinx, the lead Dr. Alvarez, the leader of the therapy, while Bond locates Zao inside the clinic and fights him. Zao escapes, leaving behind a pendant which leads Bond to a cache of conflict diamond bearing the crest of the company owned by British billionaire Gustav Graves. Bond learns that Graves only appeared a year prior, apparently discovering a vein of a diamond in Iceland, leading to his current wealth and celebrity. At a Blade Club in London, Bond meets Graves along with his assistant Miranda Frost, who is also an undercover MI6 agent. After a fencing match that escalates into a Claymore duel, Graves invites Bond to Iceland for a scientific demonstration and restore Bond 00 status, but warns him that the British intelligence has other priorities and issues him an Aston Martin V12 vanquished with active camouflage. At his ice palace in Iceland, Graves unveiled a new orbital mirror satellite, Icarus, which is able to focus solar energy on a small area and provide year-round sunshine for agriculture. Frost seduces Bond and Jinx infiltrate Graves' command center, but is captured by Graves and Zale. Speaking of Jinx, they were talking about her having a spin-off, but it didn't happen because critic hated that movie.
Exactly. Many time in the franchise tried to do spin-off. Each time that not work, and this one is a good example. The after when this movie was produced, he talked about to do a spin-off about the character of Jinx, but the movie was so the critique was so bad about this movie that killed the spin-off of the movie.
Yeah. Bond rescues her and discovers that Graves is Colonel Moon, who has used the gene therapy technology to change his appearance and amass his fortune from Conflict Diamond. As they cover, Bond confront Graves, but Frost arrives to reveal herself as the traitor who betrayed him in North Korea. Forcing Bond to escape from Graves' facility, he returns in his vanquish to rescue Jinx, who has been recaptured in the palace. As Graves uses Icarus to melt the ice palace, Zale pursues Bond into the palace using his Jaguar XKR. Bond deletes Zale by causing an ice chandelier to fall onto him and revives Jinx after she almost drowned. Bond and Jinx pursue Graves and Frost to the Korean Peninsula and stow away on Graves' N-124 cargo plane. Graves reveals his identity to his father and the true purpose of the Icarus satellite: to cut a path through the Korean demilitarized zone, which concentrated sunlight, allowing North Korean troops to invade South Korea and unite the peninsula. Horrified, General Moon rejects the plan, but Graves ends him. Bond attempts to shoot Graves, but is prevented by a soldier. In their struggle, a gunshot pieces the fuselage, causing the plane to decompress and descend rapidly. Bond and Graves engage in a fistfight, and Jinx attempts to regain control of the plane. Frost attacks Jinx, forcing her to defend herself in a sword duel. By the way, sword duel were kind of cool. They were probably one of the few redeeming things, but that movie is still trash, but at least it had swords. After the plane passes through the Icarus beam and is further damaged, Jinx ends Frost. And it's so when you really think about it, it's so hilarious. Frost is like it's hilarious how Frost is in the movie where they fight in Iceland, because Frost Iceland, it's so on the nose. I like it. It's hilarious. It's like Santa during Christmas. It's just on the nose. It's so cheesy. I like it. Graves attempt to escape by parachute, but Bond opens the parachute, pulling Graves out of the plane and into one of its engine, disabling the Icarus beam. Bond and Jinx escape from disintegrating plane in a helicopter from a cargo hold with Graves' stash of diamond. Later, they spend a romantic evening at a Buddhist temple. And this is like the trope, the ending of a James Bond movie. What did you think of that disaster that Die Another Day was?
The movie, like I said, the movie is not a disaster. Yes, the movie is bad, but you have so many men in it. It was interesting. Like I said, this movie was made to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the franchise. You have so many references in the movie. I see some of them. I'm not a huge fan of the franchise, but I see many of them, and I feel a huge fan who like more the movie for that. Like I said, I recall the reference that for the real James Bond in the real life. I like this reference, but for yeah, for the all the story was the main problem with the movie is the story. With this main bad guy, all the plot is over the top, and the bad guy is not interesting, and he's so weird. The movie tries something different. You have a two actor play the same bad guy, and in introduction we have a Asian actor play the North Korean colonel, and after that you have this British actor play the new version of this character, because the main villain Gustav Grave was originally Colonel Ten Soo-moon from North Korea. And you have the sequence in the movie when you go to the clinic, this genetic clinic, where people can change face. This all the recent James Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan have some futuristic element in it, with gadget, with some tech, with some element. And this one is way too over the top for that. With this technology, you can change your completely your identity with some tech. I think it's over the top to be realistic for this movie, for James Bond universe. And I feel the actor play Gustav Grave have not have enough charisma to carry this character. He tried his best, I feel that, but in the end, he's not a good antagonist for James Bond. He's not very memorable. I feel in this movie, Pierce Brosnan as James Bond is okay. You feel in this movie is on auto mode. He's nothing. He tried nothing new with this character. He seduce many female, and do action sequence and shoot some catchphrase. And some point he go to the in the end and Eisen to the palace, and someone he say, "I'm Mr. Kill," and he says something like that a name some name can kill people, something like that. The catchphrase is not good. He tries the catchphrase, and the catchphrase not working. But I think Hailey Berry was a good element in the movie. Again, she's she's a big actress with a big talent, and she can be good as action figure, and she's incredible in this movie. Maybe the end sequence in the genie clinic, when to manipulate the guard, she just drop clothes, and she in a bikini, and jump on the cliff, and the guard are like, whoa. The guy don't shoot, just the guy are hypnotized by the beauty of the actress. Is really too much, yes, but I like this scene, because that was pulled by this actress, and the actress is of course beautiful, back then as today. One of the most beautiful actors in Hollywood, I would say.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel that the character played by Roseanne Moon Pike was not developed good enough. She has a start interesting. She's an undercover MC agent, and she played double side. You have some element to do with that, but the movie don't do it good with that. And some point she seduced James Bond for no reason, because after that she betrayed him. So that don't make sense. She sleep with him. She would sleep with him to betray him after that. At least try to kill him. She don't doing that. That was some bad execution for the development of the character. Unfortunately, because again the actress Rosamund Pike is a great actress, and she feel I feel she was wasted in this role. Maybe in the end with the action sequence when she fight she fight the character played by the baby, she has something to do, but other than that, she's not memorable. And all the plot with North Korea, and the try to unify all the Korea in one, the two Korea in one, and the base that was interesting plot, but the way that was executed, and the way it was too over the top, with the laser beam Icarus, that feel so cartoonish for James Bond. I know in the Roger Moore era and the Sean Connery era, there's so many uh, story, so many story cartoonish like that. But that was back then. When the Chris Brosnan started the new era, that was a more realistic, more ground
Grounded.
granted universe for James Bond, and this one lose that and go to cartoonish villain, cartoonish evil plan. So that lose the substance of the franchise as this point. So for me, that was not a interesting story to follow. Just follow the movie for some action scene and to see Pierce Brosnan again as James Bond because Pierce Brosnan is a great James Bond, and to of course see Ali Berry and James Bond franchise. But other than that, I feel this movie had nothing memorable to say. Uh, movie tried many things, like I say, but all not work. Opportunity. There's some tiny element I feel interesting. Like in this movie, the card of James Bond have the ability to be invincible. Use that at some point in the movie. I feel he can do more with that. I like the idea that you have an invisible cord to do spy thing, but in movie you use that to escape at some point of the story, and the second was not long. And I remember one point I want to say before I let you talk. For me, the main problem I have with this movie, like one of the other than the story, of course, the other main issue with this movie is the bad CGI. Of course, in
I
another
agree.
movie, you have CGI, you have green screen, and sometimes you see that. But in this movie, I feel like you see all the green screen in all the movie, and so you have so many bad CGI in the action. When you had this action on again when he do a snowboard with a piece of scrap and some tissue to plane, and you have so many bad CGI in this second. I think it's the more the worst sequence in all the movie. All the feel is so PS2 cinematic
You
sequence.
installed that software, brother.
Maybe PS1
Yeah,
for
yeah, more accurate. Speaking of PS1, there was a Tomorrow Never Dies game on PS1, but keep going.
the movies died another day.
It's still a Pierce Brosnan movie, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel the thing is sad about this movie. The movie is supposed to celebrate the franchise, but in the end, that was not a good gift, I would say, to the franchise. That was not super bad, like many people say. I was entertaining when I see the movie. This is the one movie of Chris Brosnan I don't see many time in my past. I see the movie maybe one or two time when I was younger, and again for the purpose of this podcast, I don't feel the need to see this movie again is not good enough to be see again. But I feel is for a first time he do the entertainment. But you can see he has so many flaws, so many issues, so problem with the story and this for with the green screen and CGI. In the end, the movie is just over the top for all he tried to do, and that's sad to see that for a movie with the version of James Bond played by Pierce Brosnan. He started with the Golden Eye and finished with that. You can see the difference between two is bigger is big. So yeah, and the new multi.
I thought that was a train wreck, and it went by so fast. Now I was entertained. It enters the category for me as a guilty pleasure because it's a terrible movie that I enjoyed. So it's a really bad movie, and it has so many issues, and it's actually the worst James Bond movie there is. But it was fun. So it's like you're guilty of being so bad, but you're so good. Like I mean, you're bad, but you're entertaining. So at least you did something right. So let's get into my issues. The pacing was awful, especially in the first 30 minute ish I feel like this James Bond just went on for just way too long for its own good. Like I don't know. I think they were trying to make some kind of more drama driven thing, but I think Daniel Craig era did it so much better, and here it just feels like dragged on. Like the
Uh,
first 30 minutes,
I
I
would stop. I would just say something about when you say this movie was the first attempt to do a more realistic James Bond, because in the introduction James Bond failed and lose a mission and he was taken by the bad guys. He was tortured. That was something new for the franchise. I think it's the best idea the movie have to try to do a more realistic James Bond. So yeah.
I agree with what you said. Unfortunately, the start of the movie just went on for too long. But I think I would cut parts of that opening sequence. But I'm fine with him losing. It's fine. And again, I think they were trying to make it more a drama. They just didn't do it well. So my next issue would be nobody could aim during the chase scene at the clinic. My third issue, the villains were forgettable, and you got so many villains. You got Zao, you got the rich guy with the laser beam, and you got like that MI6 double agent, whatever. They all suck. They are like the bottom of the barrel. They're like the scratch they left off, and they were like, you know what? It's the last Pierce Brosnan movie. Let's all shoehorn them inside of it, and cross fingers it works. Outside of MQ and Jinx, most of other supporting characters and or villain were forgettable. So I think MQ and Jinx were kind of fun, but anyone else, no. Like no, they don't have any good scene. They are the only true that they are the only three ones that are kind of fine. But we get so many characters in that movie and just non-work. It's so tragic. Um, More like a faming. The visual effect with the parachute and the tidal wave were so awful. I said it. They are an insult to PS2. They are actually more PS1. Um, and usually I don't drive so much about visual effect. Like I'm glad with minimum effort, but here I feel like they just missed the mark so hard. It's just horrendous. My seventh and last issue. Plot convenience. The Skidoo guy bumping into James Bond landing site. It's like, okay, okay, great plot convenience there. Um, so yeah, I think that movie was a chore to get through. Some at some places, like again, I think parts of it was enjoyable, but overall that movie is not great. So let's get into the likes. The opening scene was entertaining. Watch Top James Bond was kind of cool, but again, it could have been done better, and Daniel Craig does it better. The Bond girl being Jinx was fun. The action was entertaining. The sword fights, they are the best part about that movie. We want more sword fights in James Bond. I know Daniel Craig doesn't bring that up, but hey, we had swords fight in the James Bond movie. It's so epic. I like it.
It's
This
epic, but little over the top. You go on all the building when he fight, and the thing is little too much. I feel in the end.
the simulation was entertaining. Jinx was fun. The
Oh yeah, the
action,
beer scene. Yeah, I forget that.
yeah. We need more of that. We need more of that. The car on ice was fun. The plane sequence was kind of cool. The book one liner was kind of funny. I liked it. I can read through you and then stab with the book. It's just so on the nose. I liked it. That movie humor is just good. It's one of the highlights. Money Penny Wet Dream at the very end was like, really? I like it. With that being said, Die Another Day is a failure. It was entertaining, but it was so bad. It's the worst James Bond movie there is. Now, let's rank the Pierce Brosnan movies. How would you rank them?
Oh, I will say, of course, the first one is the Golden Eye. Is the best of the four. Like I said before, the second one you can debate is tomorrow never die or the world is not enough. I will say I will say the world is not enough. I would say the second one for because the action is better for just for the introduction. And after that you have tomorrow never die, and of course the last one is die another day. Everybody love the franchise. Say the die another day is the worst James Bond for Pierce Brosnan. So yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. And now, before I share my ranking, what would be your grade out of 10 for Die Another Day?
Um, like I said, this movie is bad. I don't think is so bad that people say for so many points, but I have so many issues with this movie. The story is over the top, and the green screen in the CGI are so bad that terrible to watch at some point. The snowboard sequence. It's so ridiculous because it looked like a PS1 or maybe a PS2 thematic scene. So for me, I would give you uh, I was entertainment, so I would give like a 5 of 10 for the movie. Yeah, it doesn't have the ring passage, but 5 I think is okay for this movie. Not a less, not a more of that. It's not uh, uh, a nanar. I don't know how to say that in French and English.
It's
Uh,
not a bomb. It's not a failure. It's not it's
it's not
not
a
a dud. That I think that's the word, dud.
yeah. Nana is translated in English, so Nana I would say it's not a Nana, but it's close to. So yeah, 5 of 10. And you?
Uh, I I will say Die Another Day is for me a 4 out of 10. It's the worst James Bond movie there is, and I it's so sad because I like the swords and Jinx was so cool. I want a Jinx spin-off 20 years later, almost 30. I want it. Anyhow, how I would rank the Pierce Brosnan era James Bond. In first place, very hot take. Nobody will agree, but hey, that's mine. The World Is Not Enough with a 9.5. In second place, we got GoldenEye with a 9. In third place, we got Tomorrow Never Dies with a 7. And in that last place, we got like the worst James Bond movie there is, being Die Another Day. And to place it among the 20 one-ish movies, The World Is Not Enough is my fourth favorite James Bond movie. Uh, GoldenEye is in eighth place for me, and Die Another Day is last, while Tomorrow Never Dies is, I believe, 19th out of 21, which is really low. And that's how I placed them. That was Die Another Day. The Pierce Brosnan era was also an era of my childhood, and I think that's something we have in common there. We both grew up with Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig as well, I think. But Daniel Craig, we were a bit older because that's a few years later. Um, so yeah, Pierce Brosnan, I think he nailed it in the role. Um, so yeah, what do you have going on your end of the internet?
The usual, I see stuff and write about them, but in French, and so not for the audience. Other than that, nothing new. I go to theater. I see recently a Good Fortune on theater with Kenny Reeve. It was a good experience. I really like this movie. I feel this movie had not as enough publicity, unfortunately. So other than that, nothing new. I feel start to the biggest release start to be slow because we come close to the end of the year. So yeah, and you multi.
Well, tomorrow I talk about Birds of Prey. Uh, with whoever wants to talk about Birds of Prey, that disaster that was really a chore to get through. It's one of the worst movie I've seen, and one of the worst movie I will review on the channel. This is horrendous. I don't know why they did it.
You don't know? Really?
Money. Okay, I get it. Money. They
No,
wanted to make
no,
money.
it's not for. But yeah, if of course for money, but no, it for that was for capitalize of the character of Ali Queen because she was very famous after the first Suicide Squad. She was the
Yeah,
best
but I
element.
mean, that movie is so bad. It's like we'll greenlit it. Like fire that person if that person still has a job. I'm like, okay, I'll admit Harley Quinn was really cool, but like every other character sucked. Every aspect of the story sucked. Like it's the perfect definition of a train wreck, and it's even more of a train wreck than Die Another Day, which is a very very big statement, but I think it's accurate. Now, next Saturday, censorship. If everything goes well, it's probably the last stream as of right now. As of right now, that I will be talking about two censorship laws in Canada, and next Monday, Good Fortune will be one of the two movies I will be reviewing. The second one I will be reviewing will be the new Emma Stone movie, Bungudia, or I don't know how to pronounce that thing. It's basically alien that fight each other, and that I'm looking forward to watch it. It's from the same people that did Poor Things. I liked Poor Things a lot, and I was surprised I liked such a very long movie 2 years ago. Um, Now, next Tuesday, hopefully, we will be both here to talk about MCU things. If not, well, I will be alone and things happen. I need to get used to it, I guess. Now, next Wednesday, not tomorrow, next Wednesday, I talked about James Gunn, Suicide Squad, and the original bomb that was really bad and probably as bad as Die Another Day. With that being said, this is the planning. A lot of movie talk, a lot of TV show talk, and yeah, I think we are out.
Yeah, RedBlue podcast. Come check the scene. Movies old and new. Know what I mean? The RedBlue podcast. Come check the scene. Movies old and new. Know what I mean?